So I'm here. I'm alive. I'm baking the last set of cookies for Christmas. I probably should have started this whole series, I don't know, maybe a couple days sooner. So I am going to bake the last set of cookies, and then I'll decide whether I'm going to get on and do a Destiny stream. But tonight we're doing Gigis Mincemeat cookies. Apparently something my grandmother, the kid's great-grandmother, used to make at Christmas. So we're going to start by taking butter, always butter, never margarine, and adding that to our mixer. Never, ever, ever use margarine in your cookies. That's gross. 2 sticks of butter, 1 cup of butter, and to that I'm going to add 1 cup of sugar. Let's see, 1.5 cups of sugar. Sugar and butter. We're going to add our eggs. Now, mince isn't as popular in the U.S. as it is overseas. There is one brand called Mincemeat. This recipe is based off the original Mincemeat cookie recipe. One my grandmother used, one my mom and them were kids. This year I made my own. I made my own in the past. Simply because I couldn't get a hold of Mincemeat at the last minute. I couldn't get it delivered. Go through Amazon was like $20-some a container. I'm like, screw that. I'll make my own for less. So it's been bubbling away in the crock pot all day, getting happy. To that, we're going to add a ½ teaspoon of salt. There's our ½ teaspoon. ½ teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of baking powder, myself. Got mixed in. Super easy cookies. Just roll them together, pop them in the oven, you're done. Let's see. Salt, flour, color, shortening sugar, eggs, and mix. So after this, we're going to add our flour. So 3 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Add 2 cups to start. Of our flour. Turn out like a spiced raisin cake. Mincemeat does have a lot of raisins in it, at least this batch. Apples, raisins, orange and lemon peel, orange juice, lemon juice, some apricot. The last ingredient is our mince. The stuff bubbling away in the crock pot today smelled amazing. The kitchen smelled so good. Mix it up. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. Because my batter seems a little wet, add a little more flour to offset the fact that my mince was really juicy. Looks a little damp. Just a touch more flour. And that should be good. Oh, it smells really, really good. Now we have our mince cookie dough. Like the chocolate chip cookie dough, it's just a drop cookie. Just drop it on the cookie sheet and away you go. bottom, get everything mixed in. The oven is preheated to 400 degrees. So once I get a spoon in that, drop these on the cookie sheet. Should make about 4 dozen. So 2 cookie sheets full. Oh, two rounds in baking. Smell the orange in there. I got Kiddo in there playing Minecraft or something with her little buddies on Christmas Eve. It's Christmas Eve. I don't think I'm going to tell her to go to bed right away. She's in there spazzing out. That's funny. These will spread and bake as they go. It's not going to be a perfectly round cookie. Just be reminiscent of like a raisin cookie. Ooh. Mistakes were made. There's stuff in the oven. I, like a doofus, forgot to check the oven. Make sure there were no leftovers. We always sit our leftovers in the oven because our cats tend to get into everything. So there's that. We let those cook for 12 minutes. And in the meantime, I get to enjoy a beer. Because baking and beer go together. while we wait. So that I don't have a huge mess to clean up by the time I am done. We'll see how these turn out. I'm going to say I might make more than 4 dozen. That's okay. Now, in years past, I've made a different mince recipe. I used to do a lot of gardening, have a lot of green tomatoes left. I'd use a recipe from Vermont using up green tomatoes and apples in it. Making my mince, jar it. Oh my gosh. We had mince everywhere. Mince cookies, mince pies. Need a pie in a hurry? Just pull out a jar of mince and you're good to go. Anyway, it's Christmas Eve in the U.S. Baby's asleep. Mr. Twiggy's asleep. Kiddo is awake. Santa won't arrive until she goes to bed later. I got loot. I got loot for Christmas. Part of my stuff didn't arrive. Part of her stuff didn't arrive. It's in mail limbo somewhere. So, sometime next week we'll get part of our Christmas presents. Tony! How are you, Tony? I am baking the last of the cookies because I'm a lazy ass and should have started the whole cookie baking sooner in the week. So how are you this fine Christmas Eve? We had a snowstorm come through. I think we were looking up to 9 inches of snow. It is very cold and white out. Then it's supposed to be 40 on Friday, so like, yay, we're gonna have, a white Christmas, and then it's gonna all freaking melt off. Great. It's fine by me. I hate snow. It's like, the older I get, the less I like the cold. I don't like being hot either, but I don't like being cold either. You would think being fat I'd be okay, but so we got 9 minutes on cookies. Rainstorms. We had rain Wednesday morning. No. Wednesday morning? No, it was this morning. It was raining wee hours of this morning at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. We had rain like crazy. About the time my husband was leaving for work. And then it stopped. And then by the time he came home from work, it was getting cold. And, I would say after we had dinner and before we had gift opening, it started snowing. It was supposed to start around 4. I think it started around 4:30. So you may get all our snow here eventually. Get the rain, get the snow. Our luck, it'll melt off and then get freaking cold again and be ice everywhere. Screw that. I hate that freaking icy ass crap. At least I don't have to go out in it. I'm not going out anytime soon. have no intention on leaving the house until after the first of the year at the very earliest. The wind, yeah. We don't have any wind, thank God. We did have a little blowing with the rainstorm, but that was about it. No major wind. I stuffed myself tonight. Made dinner. Made our traditional Christmas Eve dinner. And then we were all stuffed and sitting around. And then gotta get up and do it all again tomorrow. Told everybody, I'm like, if I get up, I'll make breakfast. Because, yeah, you know, dinner later in the day. Tonight was, I make seafood stew on Christmas Eve. Baby ate it. We ate it. Picky button there wanted to pick at it. She had noodles and bread. And then tomorrow's white lasagna and turkey piccata. So, mix it up a little. I am so tired. I have been going non-stop since this morning. I got up with the baby. And then, let's see, my husband came home. He sat with the baby while I made the kids' Christmas stockings because last year I did not get Cade's stocking made before Christmas. I didn't fucking feel like it after a C-section, so I didn't get that done. And got that done this year. I made a new one for Sarah with foxes all over it. And as soon as I got that done, I spent a little bit of time with the baby, and then I was in here cooking. Cooked dinner and that. We ate in silence because the baby fell asleep on the floor. So he had his dinner a little bit later. And then once he ate, we opened gifts, and pretty much the end of the day. I'm so over baking and cooking. Don't get me wrong, I like doing it. I'm just tired. I have a feeling the pizzelles are going to be gone tomorrow because I'm like, save some for me and your brother. And Sarah's eating them all. She's like, we still have chocolate chip. I'm like, I don't care. Leave me some pizzelles. Leave your dad some apricot thumbprints. Eat some of the chocolate chip. She's like, yeah, whatever. Those smell good. They smell so good. It's like a spicy, warm, orangey raisin cookie. So what are you doing tonight, Tony? Staying in? What did you treat yourself to? Hopefully made yourself something nice to eat while you're staying in. Staying out of the wet, the cold, the cootie bugs. Finally be able to reclaim my kitchen. I've had all this laptop and stuff sitting in here all week. Like, I don't have very much counter space. Two minutes. Give me my clothes. Ooh, man. Maybe I need to lay off the cookies. Look at my fingers. No, these are beer fingers. Let's just Call it like it is. Beer. Quarantine beer. And cookies. Oh my. Yeah, the neighbor's shed light is on. Know what they're up to. The partaking. My neighbor used to be a heavy beer drinker, and he's given up beer in favor of other things. Like, you just have a fan blowing out of your shed, please. Point it right at my kitchen. That would be great. You do that, I'll bring the cookies over. Haven't decided whether I'm streaming Destiny after this or not. I may just freaking go to bed. Be going all day. Less than a minute. We'll see how these turned out. Hopefully they baked through. Okay, one on the bottom. A little brown on the bottom. We've set up. So we'll let them cool and we'll try one. I'm going to bring this over here. Set our extra cookie sheet. Ooh, hot. There's a mince cookie. Chunks of raisins in that in there. Ooh, hot. Not as intensely flavored as like the Nunsuch, but that mince works. You can taste the raisins, the apples, cinnamon, the orange and lemon. They work. The only thing about the homemade mince this time around is that it was a bit on the wet side, even with draining it. It was a bit on the wet side from the apples and the orange juice. Yeah, so like real similar to like a raisin cookie. Soft raisin cookie with some extra flavor profiles in there. Good. Set that over there. Yeah, it's gonna make a little more than 4 dozen. Probably another dozen cookies in there. Oh. They are soft, like a almost like a cake type cookie. Mm. I don't remember my grandma ever making these. She was not really a baker. Like I said, I think my mom said she made these when they were kids. My grandpa was the cook. I mean, my grandma would cook, but my grandpa was a definite cook. Mm. Yeah.
Do you have a coin?
I'm not tossing a coin to the Witcher.
That's not what I was going to ask about. I've heard the song, but still, Mom.
I don't have any coins.
Well, how am I going to scratch this?
I don't know.
Help me.
Help you? Oh my God, you're helpless. You're not expecting the Witcher thing, were you?
Well, you haven't watched The Witcher in forever. What do you expect?
I watched it with your dad not that long ago.
I watched you watch some of it, like, by yourself at one time. I sat there and I was confused, and then I left. Because it was just two people, like, kissing each other, and it was uncomfortable.
Good. That means I know you won't be smooching any boys anytime soon. Or girls, I don't care, but no. No kissing boys until 2 master's degrees. Get that education. I'm gonna sit here and eat all the damn cookies. Haha. Ooh, that's a bit of apple. Mhm. My camera's having a hard time zooming. Look at that, huh? Raisins and orange and there's a bit of raisin. Num num. Baby will like these in the morning. Everything's soft and chewy. He'll dig in. He liked the pizzelles this evening, man. He couldn't shovel the pizzelles in fast enough. So as always, the recipe is going to be on my Discord. I may cut and copy and post to Twitter, but they'll be in Discord. I have the window open. It's great. So warm in here. Yeah, I would say about another dozen cookies in there. We'll be done. I'll kick back and relax and decide whether I want to set everything up to stream Destiny. I probably should. I told Lord Spike I would. I just kind of want to go to sleep. Or binge Netflix or something. But yeah, real quick, I'll bring over handy dandy crock pot. Is how I made my let's see, stuff around the edges, but I made my mince. And this mince, it's really watery, so I had to drain it. But it's raisins and apples and orange peel and cinnamon and apricot. So probably sometime this next week or so, I'll put this in the fridge for now. I will make a mince pie. I didn't make one at Thanksgiving. I didn't even think about it. But it smells so good. Let that cool. It's still kind of warm. I don't want to put it in the fridge anytime soon. Let it cool down for another hour or two. Maybe strain it off a bit before I put it in the fridge. Okay, cookies, come on. Another 5 minutes. I'm sitting here looking at a doofus in my kitchen. Cats were winding around my ankles as I made dinner. I think they're all asleep under the tree right now. They've taken to drinking out of the tree stand. You guys have several things of water. Go drink that. And they're like, no, this one's convenient. We're right here under the tree. Like, yeah. So, once we get Christmas over with, we'll have New Year's. New Year's isn't a big deal here. We'll have some snacks. Most of us won't be up till midnight. And then after that's my birthday. We'll finally end our quarantine. Mr. Twiggy had been exposed at work to the virus. And then he tested positive, but nobody got sick, so extremely lucky. I got a bit of a cough, but our furnace has run like nonstop. So I'm chalking it up to like our room at night being extremely warm and dry and just so they cleared him to go back to work on the 16th, on the baby's birthday. And we have decided otherwise. We were just staying in until the first of the year. We weren't having his parents around or my parents around or the cleaners until we knew that we were in the clear and nobody was coming down sick and we were going to be cootie free before we had anybody come around. So we'll get together, I think, on the 2nd, the day before my birthday. I have a team meeting on the 3rd with the rest of my teammates, so we'll make some cupcakes. We'll have everybody over, let the grandparents sing happy birthday to the baby, and let him smash into a cupcake and get grubby again. And then just chill for a bit. Take it easy. Like I said, I got loot for Christmas. My mom's like, here's money for Christmas. I'm like, she set everything out on the porch, and we had the baby open up a gift for her to see, and so I'm going to invest in a new stream desk finally. Our desk is falling apart, so I'm going to order a larger desk so that it can support 3 monitors, because we have a spare monitor sitting around. I'm going to convert our setup from 2 to 3 just to use it and get it out of the way, and then set my tower underneath the desk so you don't hear, I don't know, taking off like a B-52 bomber every time I'm streaming. Get wire management going, because it looks like rats have been playing in my wires. It's just terrible. I'm terrible at wire management. When we brought everything down, I didn't even fuss over wire management because I was huge, I was pregnant, I didn't give a fuck, and I haven't done it since, so. Story of 2019, 2020, no fucks given on actually getting things done. The fact that I finally sat down and did a stream baking cookies after 4 years, I'll consider it a nice lead up to 2021. Hopefully 21 is way better than this year. There are things I would like to be able to do. Take the kids out every once in a while. I foresee Sarah still homeschooling, but it would be nice if we could hunker down and get to the point where, we can actually, go do things every rare once in a while. Like, would have been great to take the kids to the zoo this summer, and that just fizzled out. That didn't happen. They had, like, all the restaurants closed at our zoo. They had, of course you had to wear your mask in that, but it just, a lot of changes. I didn't think it was worth the hassle trying to drag the kids over. Yes. Stupid. Okay, I hear you beeping. Cookies out of the way, so I'll put the next batch on there. hopefully, too. Once I get New Year's done, I feel safer about being in semi-contact with people. I'm going to make Trendsetter peanut butter cookies because he asked for them. Get that done. Lord Spike, I see you. I see you, Lord Spike. How is your Christmas, Lord Spike? It should technically be Christmas Day for you, right? It is Christmas Eve for me. Oh, my cookies are flying everywhere. You got the boot, child. How was your Christmas, Lord Spike? Hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully you got something you really wanted for Christmas. I got money. The rest of my Christmas gifts are in limbo somewhere in a neighboring town. They've only been sitting there for like 4 days. Because, you know, post office decided not to, like, ship them to me yet from the other town. I'm hoping they'll be here Saturday. I don't think mail goes tomorrow. Pretty sure mail doesn't go tomorrow. So. Got some cool things. Nice. We got some nifty things. Kids like their things. That's all that matters. My in-laws and my mom gave me cash. They're like, what do you want? I'm like, you know what? Just easier to give me cash, and I'll make all those dollars beg for mercy and get all the things that I want. They're like, okay. So I'm going to invest in a new desk for my stream. And do some wire management as a start. Get my tower moved. Okay, so there we go. Put a lot of this stuff together so that I and get stuff cleaned up as I go. And these cookies, Lord Spike. Yummy cookies. I'm busy hunting a shiny Vulpix. Nice. Not sure what a Vulpix is, but you get that Vulpix. You should come over for cookies. I'll eat. So yummy. Here we go. Some leftovers that weren't eaten earlier. Made a piece of fish for my daughter. She didn't eat it. And we have some anchovies left from what I made. Kitties. Meep. All that nummy fishy. Is that good meat? Here. So, a few more minutes. These cookies will be done. And I'll be done with my cookie streams for this year. Next year, hopefully, I'll do better. I'll start a little earlier. Arrange my kitchen to work a little better. Make more cookies. Hopefully, we get all these cooties under control and I can start baking cookies for my neighbors again. I usually take over like an entire cookie sheet loaded with cookies and drop it off next door. Like, if I'm getting fat, all of you are getting fat too. Need another drink. So my mom, in her infinite wisdom, doing all these damn cookie baking, my mom decides to bring over fudge. Like, you really had to. She's like, oh, I didn't know you were baking cookies. So I have not seen the fudge yet. Fudge. Fudge. Let's see. I think she said this was butterscotch with pecans, maybe. This was chocolate with walnut. My husband said it was super, super sweet, so I will try a tiny piece. He's like, yeah, only try it if you want heartburn for the next century. God, those pieces are huge. It's fudgy and walnutty. Kind of reminds me of a Tootsie Roll, actually. No, it's super sweet. But yeah, she brings over a whole thing of fudge. I'm like, I'm drowning in dozens of cookies and you bring fudge. She's like, sorry. Don't tell our doctors. I think my doctor would have heart failure and Mark's doctor would be like, you're not supposed to eat that. Finished a Pokédex. Nice. I've almost done jack shit as far as gaming. I've barely played Destiny this week. Just open cookies. It's gonna take me months to eat this fudge. 6 minutes, oh my god. I see a mouse. Mouse! Mousy! Want some? Mm-hmm. You want some, Cora?
Huh?
Fishy. Yeah. You probably all see him maybe back here.
I'm gonna go back to twirling. Stay in there.
cats are like, oh, fish. Probably can't see them, but leftover anchovies. The cats are like, hey, I'll take that piece of cod that my daughter didn't eat. Flake it up for Christmas dinner for the kitties. Not the whole thing, I mean. Save some for tomorrow. Huh. Then, of course, Dot will probably get a piece of fish. Dot's a mouse. He can eat whatever the hell he wants. Was that good? Hi, lady. My helper. Want it? Stinky fish. She's like, put me on the ground, I'll eat it. They don't eat out of my hands, they just... Now, Tilty, if you don't watch your plate, if I'm sitting on the floor with the baby and he's in his little chair eating, if I don't watch my plate, Tilty will come in and snatch and grab like a trapdoor spider. I don't watch her out, she'll eat everything. Not Tilty. See a couple of you turn up your nose at the anchovies. Oh, whatever. Hey. Okay, you guys like the cod. I get it. Merry Christmas, Fido. Hopefully you're having a good one. Stay safe, enjoy the day, and eat lots. Overeat. Bake things and eat. Merry Christmas from Aussieland. Yay! Yeah, cod is definitely a bigger hit than the anchovies. I'll clean up after you guys. You leaving some? Got like 6 cats in the kitchen. Like, hey, feed me. I'm surprised Tilty's not fighting everybody over it. What's wrong with you? You usually eat everything. Two minutes to go. Huh. She's like, Mom, you got some more? Yeah, just finishing up my baking. Then I'll have to go play Santa Claus and eat some more cookies or something. I used to get cute about it too when Sarah was little. I'd leave a trail of cookie crumbs all around the fireplace and powdered sugar like snow. She'd be like, oh, Santa Claus was here and he made a mess, Mommy. I'd be like, oh yeah, Santa's a slob. He's allowed to be. I mean, the baby couldn't have told the difference if there were cookies out or not, but I made a point to remember to put cookies and carrots out, and milk, and a beer, because 2020 is rough, and just keep up that tradition. The oldest is over it. The baby doesn't care. He finally got the hang of ripping wrapping paper tonight. He's like, oh, what's this? And then he'd try to eat it, so I'm like, oh, maybe better luck next year. Well, he was trying to eat everything, to be honest. His puzzles, his clothes. Like, is this food? No, it's not food. Oh, now you're eating it. I see how you are. Oh, cookie's done. And that is the last of my cookies for Christmas. I am baked out. I don't need to bake anything else before like New Year's. Ideally before my birthday, but we gotta eat all these cookies up. So I am going to clean up and then I'm going to decide whether I'm going to binge watch Netflix and drink beer or if I'm going to pop on here in a little bit and stream some Destiny. Depends on how I'm feeling. I've been on my feet all day, so it's either Netflix, sleep, or Destiny. I'm leaning towards Destiny because I haven't played all week really, so I will see you hopefully after a while. So, laters.